David, thanks for joining us. If you would just care to give us an update as you can and as to some of the things going on down there, and we'll take a couple questions if we can.
Yeah, Chuck, appreciate it. We made the decision to evacuate the team ahead of Harvey on Thursday evening. Actually brought him up Friday morning up here to Austin. We've been welcomed with open arms, both by University of Texas and by the Westin Hotel where we're staying at right now. Got our practice in Saturday at the UT bubble. Yesterday we gave the players the day off. We were originally scheduled to practice yesterday, gave them the day off. Obviously a lot of players have been in contact with their families in the area. Having a number of players on our team from the Houston area. Obviously a lot of families affected, a lot of staff members affected. So they've been in constant contact with their families, checking in. Sounds like, as far as family safety goes, all families are accounted for and safe at this point. Obviously, it's a situation that continues to change, and it looks like the flooding continues to worsen in certain areas around the city. We will practice today, this afternoon. Teams are currently in meetings right now. We'll go over the UT bubble practice this afternoon, spend the night here again tonight, look to practice tomorrow, and then from there, obviously our situation is very fluid, and we'll kind of go forward from there on next steps on what our schedule is going to be like.
Great, thank you, David. If any media members have a question for David, again, you can chime in with *1 on your telephone keypad, and then the operator will introduce you.
We'll go first to Joseph Girardi with Houston Chronicle.
Hey, David.
Hey, Joseph.
Hey, can you just kind of give us a little insight into, what the mood is around the team and from what you've seen and just dealing with not being at home and not knowing, what's happening with their families and loved ones?
Yeah, it's been a changing mood, and it's kind of changed in the positive. Obviously, as you can imagine, I mean, there were some folks upset. They didn't want to leave the families, but our coaching staff, our administration, it was making a promise to the families that we're going to take care of their sons and get them to safety. So a lot of families were very appreciative of that. Obviously, yesterday, like I said, we changed to a day off. That helped considerably. There was a lot of concern, a lot of angst until we got a hold of all the families. Once guys got a hold of their families, we're assured that they were safe. That helped out a lot. And so we've been trying to provide them activities, kind of keep their mind off, and that's part of the reason we're practicing today. Just to give them a couple hours of respite from all the news. We had the Mayweather-McGregor fight on here at the hotel for him Saturday night. That helped. Last night, just being around the team after dinner, it looked like guys are in good spirits. A lot of guys, playing board games, playing card games, playing ping pong, a bunch of different activities in the hotel just to kind of keep their minds off them. The more they sit, the more they think about it. But like I said, now that we've gotten in touch with the families and everyone's safe at this point, it's been pretty reassuring. So everyone continues to monitor the situation, and as it changes back in Houston.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
We'll go next to John Whistler with San Antonio Express News.
Hi, David. Has there been any word on the status of the game update? I guess it's still being monitored situation.
Yeah. We both schools, we've been in constant communication with Lynn and with Frank as well. But we just continue to monitor the situation. Obviously, it changes rapidly. I think even going back to Wednesday, when it looked like it was just going to be remnants of a tropical storm until 48 hours later, you had a Category 4 hurricane hitting the coast. So I think with that, it's we continue to monitor the situation as conditions change, and we'll keep doing that and go from there.
And we'll get one more in for David, please, for David Bassity.
Okay.
And we'll go next to Dan Tortora with WakeUpCalled.com.
Hey, David, how are you?
Good, Dan. I guess tradition, I should ask why you weren't first from last year, but appreciate it.
No worries. But no, to take a look at the team, and I know you spoke a little bit about it, but with Major and just how, you've seen the leadership of the staff handle this situation and handle obviously the constant ebb and flow of it and the change of it, and these guys being away from their families, just how you've seen the staff handle it.
Yeah, no, the staff has been great with it. The key thing is just communication, and it's every position coach is getting with their group, and Major's been communicating with the team as well, and really checking in on every single player, making sure their family's safe, making sure they're checking with their family, so it's not just us, it's their families as well. So to see it communication from number 1 to number 120, that entire roster, it's been pretty impressive, and keeping everyone's spirits going and telling them why, because like I mentioned earlier, 18 to 22-year-olds, there's going to be some that don't necessarily want to evacuate, but communicating why and their safety is the paramount. I think that's been key, and that's helping keep this team together.
And then as far as teams like SMU inside of the conference and Baylor and other teams that are doing what they can to help, just what that means to your team, to your school, to see the outstretched hands of other teams that are trying to do what they can to help you out.
No, it means a lot. I mean, and I think it speaks to the quality folks at each of those schools. I mean, to have, obviously we're very appreciative of University of Texas. They're hosting us right now, but have Baylor, SMU, TCU, way back from Australia and kind of setting up there. So to have, have a university and athletic department open its arms like that, it's kind of overwhelms you a little bit with, how much that means. So that, and we would, undoubtedly reciprocate that, if there was ever a situation where we could. So I think it speaks volume about the type of folks we have down here, and it means a lot to us.
And thanks for your prior comment to keep Tom Herman's spirit alive. I appreciate it.
David, thanks so much for giving us a few minutes today. Again, everyone here in the conference office is certainly
Thank you, Chuck.
monitoring and keeping track, and our thoughts are with you, as are those from the other coaches in the league. Everyone has been unanimous in their word of support to the Cougar program. So best of luck and for safety and for good health.
All right. Thank you, Chuck.